Welcome to Tech Talk. I'm Sherry Lejeune. I'm part of the CAR Virtual Resources team. And today we'd like to simplify some technology for you or make a good introduction to help you with your smartphone, cloud storage, and graphic design. Within those three different topics, we'll be talking about some tips, tricks, and shortcuts. So let's start with the smartphone. How do you look at your information? I think all of us share the fact that apps drive what we see and do on our phones or even our pads, whether it's an iPad or an Android pad. So, how about when you look at your phone face, do you have too many apps cluttering your landscape? So, how can we customize your home screen to rearrange your apps, create folders, and add some widgets? Let's see how we can do this. So here are three images. This user has two screens of apps, and then the third screen shows how they were able to combine some like and similar apps and create boxes. How do you do that? For example, look at the social media with the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, the messaging capabilities. All you do, take your index finger, hold it down on the app, and it'll wiggle away if you've got an iPhone. All you do is drag it and put it on top of another app, and all of a sudden, a box will pop out, and you can add many other apps to that. I would caution to say that typically I would not probably put more than 6 apps in one box, but again, whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you should do. So everything else, I'm saying, gosh, I don't even know what this app is. I don't even know when I used it. So you can hold it down, and you can either delete that app because you're thinking, I'll never use that again, or you're thinking, maybe I will use it. And so it's going to ask you, do you want to remove it from your home screen or delete it? If you say remove from your home screen, it'll send to your app library, and you're saying, where's my app library? Well, iPhone users swipe to the left, and you will see the last screen says app library, and everything in alphabetical order will be there. Same for your Android. How to remove and uninstall things, just hold it down again to uninstall or remove. And then here's a topic that a lot of you, this is going to not only apply to your smartphone, but maybe your laptop and your desktop. How many of you have not cleared your data forever? I've gone to help people because I'm a volunteer in my community for technology. I've gone to people's homes where they have not cleared the history from their internet visits to different pages since they've owned their device. And a lot of people, the same thing is for their iPhone. You've got to clear what is called the cache, CACHE. And you can do that by selecting those apps, and it will ask you if you want to clear the data or the cache. This is really important because it'll make your device more efficient. Next, you may have heard about an app and you'd like to do it. Well, the only good news is please don't lose your password. I've tried to install some apps on different people's devices and found out that they can't remember the last time that they used their password. And if you do, luckily, there is the replace your password. It's just a time element, but keep that in mind. And there are some apps you should try out. Go occasionally to the App Store, whether it's, Google Play or Apple, and look at what they're offering. And there are all kinds of things, but look at their ratings too before you jump. So widgets are kind of cool because widgets help for your visual landscape. I love making my calendar a widget because when I turn on my phone, it's the first thing that I can see, and it will tell me what I've got going on for that day. On the image on the right, you can see they've also done that for weather. The one on the left is interesting because what they've done is they've taken their news apps and made them larger as well as the weather. How can you do that? For example, if you subscribe to a local paper, I've got the Washington Post and I've got the New York Times. So I could do that with mine. I would just go into the app and hold it down, and I could turn that into a widget so that when I turned on my screen, it would be there in a larger format. So, how about some favorite ways we can use our smartphone for things that are useful to us and our friends and family? AirDrop, one of my favorite. How many times have you been at an event and everybody wants to be in the picture, but they also want to have a copy of that picture? So they used to hand all the phones for everybody who's in the picture, hand the phones to the person volunteering to take the picture. And you'd stand there, smile, and then, oh, here's another camera, smile. Look, AirDrop will save you time. You just, the person who's volunteered to take the picture takes a couple of shots, then they can share them. You hit the settings if you have an iPhone, go in to make sure in the general you'll see AirDrop, and then choose you can have it off, you can have only contacts or everyone is good, especially if they're not in your contacts. To include that, next you tap on photos, pick the ones you want to share, and then hit the AirDrop button. And lo and behold, the next thing that happens on your phone is you'll see the people who have enabled, and hopefully those are the people who've asked you, please airdrop me that photo, and their name will come up on the list, and then you can send it to them. And if they have enabled airdrop, they'll see the images that you've sent. It will say decline and accept. Hopefully they'll say accept, and it's success. For your Android users, again, make sure you've got Google Photos on your phone, open it up, sign into your account, select what you want, tap share, and it's off. And again, just like iPhone, usually when people say, I don't go to the trouble of putting in an email, I just use their phone number and share it very quickly. You can do the same thing for Android, because when you tap the image you want to send and it said who you want to send it to by putting in their cell phone, it's pretty efficient. And then typically of both Android and iPhone users, once you send something to somebody, that creates a thread. So if you're an all-day meeting and you've taken other photos that they would like you to share with them or vice versa, once you've exchanged something with somebody, that person's information is there and you can continue sharing. Again, for Android users, photos, sharing the share icon, you're good. The next one is very important. Screenshots are just so time management perfect. If you have an old iPhone, use the home button, the volume, but on your Android as well as newer iPhones, you hit the power and the volume, and you can take a screenshot. You can do that right now. Pick up your phone and try it out. And you'll hear that big click when you do it, because you're going to take probably a picture of your screen. What else? What is a screenshot good for? Well, it's when you're looking for information. You're on an internet site, you're at a restaurant, you're at a store, you're looking at goods. I'm an anthropology person, and I'll look at something and I'll say, well, I think I'm going to go to the store and check it out to see if it's as good as the description. And I will screen save the thing that I'm looking for so that when I go to the store, I can literally show it to a salesperson, say, can you show me where I can find this? And it's just time efficient. It's also good for troubleshooting. How many times, for example, you're looking at your phone bill and you see a discrepancy. Well, if you take a image of it just in the conversation when you're talking to the person, it's easier than to go back to go online into your account and scroll for the screen. When you've captured it as a screenshot, you just click your photos, you find the information that you want to question, and it's right there. Screenshots, again, are so useful. Other ways to use your phone, magnifying glass. I've done this so many times where I've haven't found my reading glasses fast enough and I want to look at something right away, so I use my phone. Along these lines, also for an iPhone and an Android, how to change the text size, very, very helpful. Tap settings, general. Accessibility is a very important thing on both phones because accessibility, you've got some features in terms of text, the brightness of your phone to use. That's a very important thing to check out because you may want to upgrade it. Now, the next is my very favorite. I will have to tell you, I use voice commands almost 100% of the time when I'm on the move to be more efficient for things and save time. So have a listen. Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
send a text.
To who?
Sherry Lejeune.
What do you want to say?
Using voice commands is the easiest way without having to look at the screen to send texts, emails, even notes. I love it.
It says, using voice commands is the easiest way without having to look at the screen to send texts, emails, even notes. I love it. Send it.
Send.
Done.
So obviously, if your phone you were using, whether it was Siri or Google, it's much faster. I was using my iPad. And by the way, you can voice command on your tablets as well, whether it's an iPad or an Android thing, which is so helpful. Look, hands free, the freedom to send, receive text, all of these things. And it's really great. Say you're driving in your car and you can ask Siri literally, where's the nearest gas station, whatever. Again, without looking at the screen. I call it the Helen Keller method, but you know what? It works. And it takes you from feeling like, oh, my eyesight or I've got arthritic hands, to take off that stress from looking at a screen. So please, if you haven't done it, try out voice commands, or if you started to use voice commands, please use them a lot more. Now, here's another favorite. This is really important to find your device. I have a story to tell that the other day I was gassing up and I was putting on my gas cap. And when I was doing that, I put down my iPhone. Well, I put it on top of my trunk, got in the car, and luckily drove slowly away. It was just my good fortune that my iPad was in my car. And by saying, find my iPhone, I was able to locate my phone on the back of my trunk. And I was very, very fortunate. Now, obviously, we're in a lot of situations where we might have put our device down, but if you can use your laptop or whatever, you can find the device. Oftentimes, it's right in your proximity, whether you're at an event or you're at home. Very, very helpful. This one is probably the biggest issue today with smartphones, and that is all those unwanted calls. You know that you're going to use the adage of when we just had uh, new uh, phone machines, voice recording, that, as my mother used to say, if they really want to get a hold of you, honey, they'll leave a message. Well, that is true. Do not pick up a phone call if you do not recognize it, because it's a disaster. It just lets them know that they've connected, their robo dial has connected. So again, don't answer the phone. And after it's stopped, and most of the time they're not going to leave a message, but you can go back to their number. And on an iPhone, you'll see the little I. You can click on that, scroll down, and you can say block or delete. The same holds true on Android. Open up the phone number and tap it, and you can say block. So far you can say, well, you've given a lot of good information, Sherry, but I really need more support. If YouTube doesn't have it, it doesn't exist in terms of how to do anything with technology. People ask me, what's your favorite? Well, this is my current is Haley's World. In fact, I just connected with Haley. She's an English woman. She has 100 million channel viewer subscribers, which is incredible because she's making lots of money providing these videos. But rule of thumb, look at the length of the video that you may want to listen, that you may take on, and then please demo it and listen, because some of these are from people all over the world, and it may not be something that is user friendly to your ear, right? So give it a try. There's plenty of instructional things out there. And get back to us and let us know what you found that might be useful. Next, we're going to pivot to cloud storage. Everybody is using cloud storage. Why? Because it's so sensible. These are the 5 main ones right now that are offering decent size free storage. Google Drive, obviously, is at the top of the list for 15 gigabytes, Dropbox 2, OneDrive 5, iCloud 5, Amazon 5. I have all of these in active use except Amazon Drive, obviously iCloud for me because of my iPhone and all my Apple devices. Dropbox we've used for years, but my favorite is Google Drive. Now, the next couple of slides about Google Drive, you can pause this video so that you can take the time to read what is on the slide, and to learn how to. But I am going to introduce you to a very short video that tells it very well how to start using the drive. And then I'll show you another place on YouTube you can go to go deeper.
Use the clickable sections below to skip to different parts of this tutorial. Access Google Drive in your browser by going to drive.google.com. To upload a file, you can simply drag and drop it into your browser window. Alternatively, you can click the New button on the top left of the screen and choose either File Upload or Folder Upload. Use the New button here to create a new file. You can create different types of Google Drive files such as documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. Choose the file type you want from the drop-down here. Give your file a name by renaming it here. Any changes you want to make in the file in the future will automatically save on your drive. You can organize your files by using and creating folders. To create a new folder, click New and then Folder. Name your folder. Add files to it by dragging and dropping files. To share a file or folder with others, right-click on it and select Share. You can get a link to share with collaborators in the Get Link section. Add collaborators by inputting their email addresses and decide if they can edit, comment on, or simply view the file. You can add a personalized message here and then click Send.
So I hope that was useful. And here's another long video. The name of the channel is Teachers Tech, and this particular tech channel has so many things that you may find useful in terms of learning or improving some of your tech skills. This particular video that I'm doing a shout out for is right here. but if you go to Teachers Tech and you look for Google Drive, a detailed tutorial, you'll find it. It has a drop-down menu under the explanation, which is really great because they have little shorter videos in the overall that lasts 1 to 3 minutes. Very, very, very helpful. So look, cloud storage, whatever you use, please consider it, especially for your organization. There's no way that it doesn't make sense. If you were like me, when I became a treasurer of my garden club years ago, the person called me and said, when can I drop off the 6 boxes? Well, today our club uses Google all the time, and the treasurer's reports and everything are all in files. They're all chronologically stamped. And so any reports that we've ever done are there. And it's so convenient and easy because as you switch up officers, etc., they can go and look at previous material to help guide them in their way. So again, cost effective, scalable, accessible, great security, ways to collaborate with a number of individuals, and it's the right price because you saw all those free gigabytes that these different clouds were offering. And when you need more, by the way, it's very affordable. For example, I think Google, every gigabyte that you add is like $2 more a month. Now we're going to pivot to design apps. Everybody can use a design app. I don't care what your purpose is. You can design a card, a flyer. A lot of people are using design apps today for their Christmas cards instead of going to buy them, because a lot of people are sending Christmas cards, they're emailing them. So if you can design a beautiful one in a design app, it's really great. And again, all of this is about user comfort. So it's what works for you. My favorite, of course, is CANVA. National Garden Club, the social media team, has been using CANVA for a number of years because, again, it's very user friendly. But you can see the number of things, whether it's social media posts, posters, presentations, business cards. In fact, the presentation you're looking at today was done 100% on CANVA. And the other good thing, and here's Adobe Express, also try it out. It's a free account. The other good news is that all of these different apps are copyright free. So when you use their elements or their videos or their photos or their songs or whatever to embellish whatever you're producing, you don't have to worry about the copyright. The third one I threw in here was PicMonkey, only because it was something from Shutterfly that I used in the old days. I haven't used it recently, but I added it because it's always good to test drive these apps. So because I love Canva so much, I'm going to let you experience that Canva has done itself. If you've never used Canva, here's a very short video from Canva, and they have a whole library of things that you can listen to and say, well, I think I could do that. So here's an introduction.
Designing can feel overwhelming, with complex interfaces, tools, and blank pages. Where do you start? Well, Canva is here to make it easy for everyone. First things first, Canva is made for you. It's been built for you to explore, experiment, make mistakes, and enjoy the design process by making work feel like play. Canva is jam-packed with inspiring templates, and our library is growing every day. We recommend you start small and add things as you feel comfortable. Let's check out the interface, learn where to find what you need, use and edit templates to make designs uniquely yours, and how to find more help should you need it. Our goal is to encourage exploration and build your Canva confidence, so you feel empowered to dive in and design anything. Ready to jump in and start learning? Let's go. First, let's log in. Once you're signed in, you'll see a homepage that looks like this. In the top left, you'll see the home button to take you back home, no matter where you wander off to. Under templates, you'll see categories of templates you can use. In Features, you'll find photos, icons, and access to the Canva print homepage. The Learn menu holds everything from tips and tricks to in-depth courses where you can really get your study on. And pricing. If you already have a pro account, you won't see this. If you're using a free account, you'll find all the info you need about pricing or how to apply for a nonprofit or education account. Recommended for You populates based on designs you've created in the past, trends, events, and popular designs. Here you can start inspired with a template instead of a blank page. The All Your Designs page is home to all the designs you've created in this account. Just like with recent designs, it's a good place to jump back into a design you've been working on and pick up where you left off. Find designs that have been shared with you. This is one of Canva's superpowers, the ability to collaborate and share ideas with others. Brand Kit is available with a pro account and is a place to upload your brand resources, fonts, color palettes, and logos. This makes them easily accessible within the editor. Create a team and invite people to collaborate on projects here. You can also give people different permission levels. More on this later. All Your Folders allows you to organize all your projects. This will become very important as you start to create more and more. And your trash. Remember that thing you thought you put in a folder but actually just deleted? Whoops! Here, you can restore the item to bring it out of the trash or permanently delete it. If you select this option, be sure you don't need it because it will be gone forever. In the middle, you'll see the search field. This will be a place you go to often. Here's a link to Get Help. This will take you through to Canva's Help Center, where you can find all sorts of answers. There's also a search style help here. It's like a handy assistant if you need a quick answer. You'll find your account settings over here. Do everything from updating your details to signing out or referring a friend. Lastly, there's a button that says Create a Design. What happens when you click this button is the basis for the next video. So, there you have it. Welcome to Canva. You're signed up and signed in. And you know how to find your way around the home screen. Ready to keep going?
So I've been using Canva for a number of years. I do have a paid account. I can have 5 team members, which means collaborators who can come in and out very easily. The cost is $119 a year. Again, if you're a nonprofit, you can get a free account. You just have to prove, I forget what they ask for, but it's very simple. A lot of garden club states are now using this because of the endless amount of material they need. People are using it. I know clubs are using it to create their newsletters, their yearbooks. I use it. Even though I was a state president, I am now a garden club president again myself, or not again, for the first time, which is amusing. But every month I just change the background on the agenda because the agenda basically stays the same in terms of who's up. And I can't say it enough. There is the ease of being able to use the different tools to create things is wonderful. And again, if it's something that you want your club to learn about or your state, please give us a shout. Now, this Magic Design, I know you've heard about artificial intelligence lately. Well, the other day when we were doing Tech Talk Live, I used Magic Design because I wanted to see how it could be implemented. And I know all I had to do was put in this box, it says 5 or more words to create something. So I asked for a video and used Pollinator Sustainable Garden for social media. And look what it did in less than 10 seconds. Now, again, think of the advantages if you're stressed and you feel like, well, you're creative, but when you have too many choices, it kind of blocks you, of how useful something like this would be. Because if you put in the right terms and it does it, then all you do is go back and you edit it to make it yours. So look what it created. I absolutely love this. because not only are the photographs terrific, but the scripting on it is also excellent. And again, look at how little description I gave it, but look what it created. Just think if I had spent some time and put in a whole paragraph of things, what would have come back. So again, these creative tools are very good when you're considering the graphic design program you want to use. And again, I want to thank you for joining us for this Tech Talk session. Just remember, we are here. The team is here to help you. You can contact us at carsgcvirtual@gmail.com, and you'll say, well, what do you mean? We help individuals, we help clubs, districts, states. We're very flexible. The goal is to make you more interested and proficient in the devices and make what you do for your community, be it a garden club or whatever, is more proficient. And again, thank you. This is Sherry Lejeune. Until next time.